In the remote mountains of ancient Japan, there lived a renowned Zen master named Haruki. He was revered far and wide for his wisdom, compassion, and the profound insights he shared with his students. People from all walks of life sought his guidance, hoping to unlock the mysteries of life through his teachings. One day, a powerful and arrogant samurai named Takeshi arrived at the Zen master's humble abode. Takeshi was known for his unmatched skill with the sword and his ability to conquer any opponent on the battlefield. He had heard of Haruki's reputation and decided to test the Zen master's wisdom by challenging him to a duel of wits. As the sun rose over the mountains, Takeshi entered the Zen master's courtyard with a determined look in his eyes. "I have come to test your wisdom, old man," Takeshi proclaimed arrogantly. "I have conquered many enemies with my sword, and now I wish to conquer you with my words." Haruki, sitting serenely on a small mat, looked up at the imposing samurai and smiled. "Welcome, Takeshi. Please, have a seat and share a cup of tea with me." The samurai was taken aback by the Zen master's calm demeanor. Nonetheless, he obliged and sat across from Haruki. As they sipped their tea, Takeshi wasted no time and began bombarding the Zen master with complex philosophical questions, hoping to stump him and prove his own intellectual superiority. With each question, Haruki listened carefully, but instead of responding immediately, he remained silent, as if contemplating the essence of the queries. This silence unnerved Takeshi, who was accustomed to immediate answers and actions. But he continued, convinced that he would eventually outwit the Zen master. As the day progressed, Takeshi grew more impatient, demanding an answer from Haruki. "Do you have nothing to say, old man? Are you admitting defeat?" Takeshi taunted. Haruki gazed at the samurai with kind eyes, and finally spoke. "Takeshi, in your quest for power, you have honed your skill with the sword, and you have indeed conquered many enemies on the battlefield. But true wisdom lies not in the words one speaks, but in the silence between them." Takeshi looked puzzled, unsure of the Zen master's meaning. Haruki continued, "Silence is not emptiness, it is the space where understanding and true insight can arise. The power of silence allows us to see the essence of things, to connect with our inner selves, and to perceive the interconnectedness of all life." The samurai pondered these words for a moment, realizing that Haruki's wisdom was profound and beyond his grasp. He had been so focused on proving himself, on the noise and clamor of the world, that he had failed to appreciate the power of silence. With newfound humility, Takeshi bowed to the Zen master, acknowledging his defeat not as a warrior but as a seeker of wisdom. "Master Haruki," Takeshi said humbly, "teach me the way of silence and the true meaning of wisdom." And so, Takeshi became the Zen master's student, dedicating himself to the study of silence and the profound truths it held. As the seasons changed and years passed, Takeshi learned that true power was not in dominating others but in understanding oneself and embracing the stillness within. He eventually put down his sword, no longer seeking to conquer enemies on the battlefield but seeking inner peace and harmony. Together, the Zen master and his former adversary, now a transformed student, continued their journey on the path of wisdom, spreading the power of silence to all who were willing to listen and learn. As Takeshi delved deeper into the teachings of Master Haruki, he began to understand the beauty of living in the present moment. He learned that the past and the future were mere illusions that distracted him from the truth of existence. The samurai found solace in the practice of meditation, where he could quiet his mind and connect with the essence of his being. Haruki took Takeshi on long walks through the majestic mountains. They would sit atop cliffs, observing the grandeur of nature in silence. The rustling of leaves, the song of birds, and the gentle flow of a nearby stream became their teachers. Takeshi realized that nature spoke volumes without uttering a single word. One evening, as the sun set, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, Haruki and Takeshi sat together by a crackling fire. The Zen master asked his student to describe what he saw and felt. Takeshi struggled to put his experience into words. "The colors are vibrant and mesmerizing," he began, "and the warmth of the fire feels comforting. But there's something more profound that I can't quite express." Haruki smiled knowingly. Sometimes, the most profound experiences are beyond the reach of words. They reside in the realm of silence, where language fails to capture their true essence. Embrace the beauty of silence, Takeshi, and let it guide you to deeper understanding. Takeshi nodded, absorbing the wisdom of his master. He realized that his journey was not about conquering others, but about conquering the turmoil within himself. The sword he once wielded to subdue enemies now became a symbol of discipline, integrity, and compassion. It was a reminder that true strength lay in protecting the weak, not overpowering them. As the years passed, Takeshi's reputation as a warrior faded, but his reputation as a wise and compassionate soul grew. Many sought his counsel, and he became known as the Silent Samurai, a living embodiment of the power of silence and the wisdom it brought. Together, Haruki and Takeshi traveled the land, offering guidance and teaching the importance of inner peace. They encountered people from different backgrounds, from humble farmers to powerful warlords, and shared their wisdom with all who were willing to listen. One day, they came across a war-torn village, devastated by conflict and grief. The villagers had lost hope, and animosity fueled their hearts. Takeshi was moved by their suffering and felt compelled to intervene. He addressed the villagers with compassion and understanding, urging them to seek reconciliation rather than revenge. With Haruki's support, he organized a gathering where both sides could share their grievances. The power of their words, spoken in the stillness of vulnerability, bridged the divide that swords and battles could not. In time, the village began to heal, and peace returned to its people. Takeshi realized that the sword was no longer the answer to conflicts, it was the heart that needed to be wielded with courage and empathy. As the years went on, the silent samurai's influence spread far and wide. His wisdom touched the hearts of countless souls, and he became a legend in his own right. Yet, Takeshi remained humble, always attributing his transformation to the teachings of Zen Master Haruki and the power of silence. In the final years of Haruki's life, Takeshi sat by his side, tending to his master with love and respect. When the time came for Haruki to depart from this world, Takeshi felt both sorrow and gratitude. He knew that Haruki's spirit would live on through him and all the lives he had touched. With a heart full of love and understanding, Takeshi continued to share the teachings of his beloved master. He knew that the true legacy of Haruki was not in the stories of battles won or enemies defeated but in the hearts that found peace and wisdom through the power of silence. The moral of this story is that true wisdom and strength lie not in dominating others or seeking external validation but in understanding oneself, embracing inner stillness, and practicing the power of silence. It teaches us the importance of humility, compassion, and seeking inner peace, rather than seeking to conquer and control others.